All right, so let's talk about I have not seen this yet, but apparently everyone is talking about this new ad produced by the CIA that is quite something. Or it's like they're I wouldn't say they're going in a new direction for the agency, but like it's just sort of the central intersectional agency is I think what they're attempting to pivot to now. So I have not seen this ad yet, but like should we watch it now and just let's see if we can take this on. Let's see if I can process this.
I've got a 42-second version and a 2-minute version. Do you want the long cut or
let's get the long cut.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do the whole thing.
The CIA director's cut, the Snyder cut of the CIA ad.
Yes.
All right, let me just share this.
The Carlucci cut.
Here we go.
When I was 17, I quoted Zora Neale Hurston's How It Feels to Be Colored Me in my college application essay. The line that spoke to me stated simply, I am not tragically colored. There is no sorrow dammed up in my soul nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind at all. At 17, I had no idea what life would bring, but Zora's sentiment articulated so beautifully how I felt as a daughter of immigrants then and now. Nothing about me was or is tragic. I am perfectly made. I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish. I can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I am a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I am a walking declaration. A woman whose inflection does not rise.
I believe she's walking by a portrait of Alan Dulles right now in this hallway.
I did not sneak into CIA. My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks.
Okay, no, there was a photo of her shaking hands with Gina Haspel in one of the little montages here.
I am educated, qualified, and competent, and sometimes I struggle. I struggle feeling like I could do more, be more to my 2 sons, and I struggle leaving the office when I feel there's so much more to do. I used to struggle with imposter syndrome.
Oh my God!
I used to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like I'm supposed to apologize for the space I occupy rather than intoxicate people with my effort, my brilliance. I am proud of me, full stop. My parents left everything they knew and loved to expose me to opportunities they never had. Because of them, I stand here today a proud first-generation Latina and officer at CIA. I am unapologetically me. I want you to be unapologetically you, whoever you are. Know your worth. Command your space.
That's...
Wow.
I mean, okay, I gotta say, so
okay, that was
I don't
good.
know why people are, like, especially pissed at this one, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like this is hilarious.
It's great.
Obviously. And it's also like, well, the CIA isn't like, they didn't become more evil by doing this. It's like they're equally bad whether it's Angleton or like somebody who has to huff in a bag when they get quote tweeted. It's still the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, like
does
people
the same job.
Yeah, people get so much like psychic damage from like, you know, reading completely earnestly into like a CIA PR piece. And it's like, this one seems pretty easy, okay? Where does the CIA always get its people? From elite universities.
Yep.
What do people at elite universities talk like now?
That's it.
There you go.
That is all of it. It is, you got to have a fucking college degree to work for the CIA. And the type of person who goes to college and then works in the public sector has a certain vocabulary that they absorb and that they identify with. And so this is an appeal to them. This is how you get the next generation of college dipshits to fill out your ranks.
Would it like, okay, I understand like they're using all the language of these like, you know, sort of like striving, specifically minded lunatics. But like, isn't the main hurdle though the fact that like if you've ever admitted to doing drugs, you can never be a CIA agent? Like I remember like the FBI when they were trying to recruit hackers, couldn't find a single person who doesn't smoke weed.
Yeah, and then they just fired some people. Remember the Biden campaign because they said yes, I've done weed on their fucking applications. Like genius.
Awesome.
I just want to put out like just 2 things I picked up on in this commercial. is like she's like it's like the woman, the narrator is like walking down one of the corridors at Langley, past like oil paintings of like the former directors like fucking Richard Helms and fucking Alan Dulles. But then
she walked by like a framed case of William Casey's kayak.
But and then in one of the photos, like in this sort of photo montage, it's like of her, becoming a case officer or whatever. She's right there shaking hands with Gina Haspel, like the torture fucking lady, like the lady who like was the architect of like the CIA's torture program, or one of them at least.
Yeah, and then
so that's
covered
good.
the whole thing up.
Yeah. Okay, but speaking of covering things up, I did notice that one of the most repeated bits of pablum and drivel that was in this ad is that she kept saying, "I will not apologize for who I am. I will not apologize for the space I command." And then she kept saying, "I will not apologize," like the guy with smallpox in Deadwoods. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize.
I apologize.
Shut the fuck up!
So it's like, yeah, it's just like this is the CIA is not going to apologize for being intersectional or any of the coups and torture that they've done.
Yeah, that's the thing. It works at both ends of it. If you're ambivalent about joining the CIA, this gives you reason. It's like you don't have to apologize for working for the CIA because they're pursuing good goals, which include employing you and giving you something to do.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing as social justice, because if it's totally individualized, if there's nothing, if everybody is really out for themselves because we live in a racist patriarchy that doesn't allow for anything other, then your advancement as someone who's oppressed is progressive, and it makes the organization progressive.
Yeah. No, this is. I mean, I would love to think that the CIA is now populated by just like the most fail-brained millennials who like just can't fucking process anything, are just debilitated by any number of anxieties and depressive maladies. But I don't know. I feel like they're able to steel themselves.
But as you said, even if that were true, Felix, it wouldn't make the agency like any less like evil or effective at what they do. Like, because like the individual personalities of the people working in it kind of don't matter. They're part of the Borg now. I mean, they're part of a system and an institution that has prerogatives that are like above and that exist independently of the people who staff it.
Right. I think your takeaway from this, like, if any, should just be like, oh, it's the same thing, but this is funny. Like, they're not. I just fail to see how they're more evil doing this. Like, of course, they're like using this like sort of bullshit academic language. Okay.
Well, I think that's the thing, is for a lot of people, this academic language means a lot to them, and they think that it is definitionally what it is to be a radical or a socialist or a leftist, whatever thing they value as their political self-identification. And then seeing it in the mouths of the CIA cheapens it. And so that is why they're so horrified by it and have to like extra condemn it, because they're uncomfortable seeing, oh no, this stuff can be used by the fucking CIA. That's not fair. You're cheating or something like that.
I will even go farther. Like if you're like into that type of presentation, the like spaces and stuff, like, I don't know. You know, keep doing that. Don't get down on yourself. If you really like it, like, it's like, yeah, everyone's gonna co-opt everything. I don't care about it, but like, hey, you know, I don't stop looking at paintings because George Bush likes them. You know, I look at paintings every day. But I mean, like, yeah, no, I thought the amount of psychic damage caused by it. I mean, A, people got to get outside. B, you got to jack off before you start posting every day. That is for sure.
Another interesting thing I picked up on in the ad was the invocation of imposter syndrome, which I think is funny because, like, given the CIA's history of literally creating duplicate human beings to sort of like reverse engineer narratives, you know, like the two Oswalds, the two George H.W. Bushes. I mean, like, it's a common tradecraft thing of having these doubles exist everywhere. So I just love the idea of like imposter syndrome being fit into like a sort of tradecraft that involves the creation of actual imposters and duplicates.
Yeah, I guess that's, you know, MK Ultra was a mass the
I mean, literally.
the taking up of spaces thing is hilarious because it's like, yeah,
You
just
said
like,
command spaces.
Or
I will
command
not
spaces.
apologize for commanding spaces.
yeah, but it's like, yeah, didn't Mossadegh exist in a space? Like, you know what I mean? Isn't Patrice Lumumba trying to be in a space? Well, yeah, I don't know. For me, I would put the entire CIA video in like my my Monday laughs column that I write for USA Today. But it caused a lot of anguish with people.
Yes. And
That it
hey,
should not
as
have.
long as it's got people talking, you know, hey,
Yeah.
that's what it's all there for.
Yeah,
like
they-
that's why even if this is just about mostly, honestly, about recruiting college kids, it's also a psyop because everything the CIA does is by definition a psyop. It's great.
Yeah.
What did we learn, Palmer?
I don't know, sir.
I don't fucking know either.